This is Lee with 82 Game of 12 here on YouTube channel Sons of Liberty 75. We are in the 18th video of the playthrough of the Battle of Talavera using 3 game systems in a comparison and how each system handles the battle. At the present, we are on the La Bataille de Espagnol Talavera from Clash of Arms and originally Marshal Enterprises. And in the last video, I had just pulled the MU for the 2nd British Division. And again, I'm actually using, I guess, a combination of 2 different rule sets. I had originally started with the primer 4th edition, but then I've gone over now to this the 5th edition. After looking over its rules, I prefer them. They're a lot more clear than the 4th edition in different areas. Plus, you have an elimination of all of that roll to close from like 6 hexes away, 4 hexes, 3 hexes, 2 hexes, so forth. So you don't have to do that now. The only time you're going to roll to close is if you're adjacent and you want to assault. So now the charts, however, I'm using are from I guess the Maria Luis rule set. Okay, 30. So kind of a combination there. So there's a few things that on the charts that I'm really not applying, and it has to do with this I guess this emphasis chart in assault, and then the other thing is this melee defensive column shift chart where you roll a die and then depending on what you roll you adjust the defense. Okay, I'm not using those 2. So I am using this assault, which has the firefight. Okay, if say you get in the blank, then you have a firefight. I like that. So I'm not using the old assault, but I do have it here just so I can compare the different results. So, all right. So we're just going to jump right into this. The last activation MU pulled was for the French 1st Dragoons, Le Tour, Marbourg. Okay, and there they are. So I moved them up here to harass the Spanish, since the Spanish have attacked the French 1st Corps. Okay, we had that earlier, and that was Hinestrosa. Did a fairly good job of causing a lot of disruptions and chaos for the French with Lapis's division. You can look back at the video for that, one of the other videos. And Milhad, who is highly ranked when you're dealing with cavalry leaders, Oh no. I just dropped him on the floor. I'm gonna have to dig. I'm gonna have to look around for him. Oh, he couldn't have gone far. The counters aren't that thick. Oh. But because they're not thick, it's going to be hard to see. Oh, there he is. Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, as cavalry leaders go, okay, his cavalry bonus is a 6. Okay, that's pretty high, and he's even got artillery bonus. Okay, and then a morale bonus of a 6. So that's pretty good cavalry bonus of 6. So all right, if we look at Latour, oh well, he's the same. He's a 6 also. So but some of these others compared to the British and so forth, we've got, this is the best British cavalry commander, Payne, but of course he met his demise. I think a cannonball ricocheting. Maybe it wasn't ricochet. No, I guess it wasn't. Bore right through him. So, all right. So the French heavies are on the prowl, and you'll probably see that as the, of course, the image for this video. So, all right. So we move over here to the second. Let's see. Is that right? No, I think I already moved the second. Oh, it was the first. The first, not the second. It was the first division. Okay, British division. So that's going to be Sherbrooke. And I was thinking that maybe, I guess I hadn't moved him yet. I was thinking for some reason that I'd already moved the first, but I guess not. So let's take a look here. They want to hold their ground. So okay. So these guys here, okay, they they're going to stand up. Okay, that cost 1. They're in line, so that costs 2 more. So we've got 3 left. Okay, so downhill is +1. So that's 4, 5, and then they're going to extend. So they take up both those hexes. But they won't be able to lay down. All right. This unit here is out of command. Yeah, he can't unless he moves closer to, which he could. But he should have done that in regroup. But I can see where you don't. See, I did that with the French, and I probably shouldn't have. If their MP was going to get pulled, or possibly get pulled. Okay, they're going to stay there, and this unit here, 2 for line, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This unit here stands up, that's 1. In line is 2, going down this slope, so that's 3, 4, 5, and then 6 goes right there. This unit goes 1, 2, and then 3 to lay down. Oops. He'll stay there. And he'll move this way. Right there. All right. So that's all of the 1st Division. Okay, so now I roll, or I pull out the Spanish 5th Division. So let's move over to them. So they are going to move over to get closer to help the British. Okay. So, okay. So they're going to go to march to column, which would be for them march column. So that cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He'd end up there. This is their artillery. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The artillery might be able to move faster. No. Not really. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, he goes to column. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's all they can do. And then the last one is the time control. End of turn. So the 3rd division for the French didn't get to move. So now we're going to the fire combat, and we can start right here. We've got this artillery unit right here. Okay. Who's going to fire at the cavalry here? This French cavalry. So they've got a range of 6. But then Ekström out to half. 6. But that's still not, it's not going to be effective. So no, they have to wait until someone's almost on top of them. So, well, there goes that plan. Okay. And then we have this artillery unit here, but again, it's also limited in its range. And it couldn't fire here because of this other friendly cavalry in its line of sight. But they can fire here at these guys that are in square. Okay. Now, I also want to fire with these guys. So they turn. And the ricochet, I think for each hex, you're having to subtract 3. So on the ricochets, so this will be a target coming from here. So I'd have to subtract 3 and then subtract 6. And then this one here is a possible ricochet. From this side, we got 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, okay, 7, 8, 9. But, of course, this one is only going to be effective at this hex. Afterwards, it's just runs out of strength, and it wouldn't be effective. So this one here comes across here, hits here, and it probably would miss this one if it's hitting here. I'll pull out my. So if we're you know, if we're firing from here to that target, it's probably not even going to hit. It's not even going to hit these guys. So it's only going to hit that front. So we have no ricochet with that one. So it's just going to hit that front unit. So this unit here, like I said here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to contribute 3 factors. Here, 1, 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 would be long range, so that would contribute 7. So a total of 10. And square is going to be a 6. But if you have more than 9 factors inside, then it would be reduced to a defense of 4. So 10, so that's going to be 1.5. And a 13 is not effective. So didn't do anything there. Okay, and the French, they lost their artillery, at least part of it. So let's move our platform here. So we can focus on this area here. And let's see if I can get a little closer. Oh yeah, that's closer. All right. And really, I shouldn't probably allowed those 2 artillery pieces to fire together, because let's see, maybe it's not in this rules. Okay, I don't think it is. I think I'm thinking of NBS. They just didn't coordinate. They weren't good at coordinating their artillery together. So, and in order to actually fire your artillery together, I wouldn't have been able to do that, because you have to have a leader of special ability with artillery rating, and they have to be adjacent or stacked with the units. So in this case, I could fire these 2 together. Villiers doesn't have artillery rating. Okay, so we're going to fire with this artillery here. So I'm going to just put that to the side there. Don't want to put it on. I guess I can put it on top. We know they have a range of 10, and their firepower is 18, 12, and 9. Okay, so let's see. we're going to fire, well, this unit here is not laying down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's who we're going to fire at. Line. So that's excuse me. That's 9. And so it's 12 to 9. It's just going to be 1 to 1. Okay, I rolled a 12, which is not effective. Okay. And so this other artillery battery is going to fire here. They're laying down. So that's 12 to line, and then plus, let's see. They give prone units only a +2. So, and they're not subject to ricochet fire. So, oh, come on. Yep. I don't want to get down digging around for that die, so I'll just pull another one out of here. All right. Let me see here. It's probably not going to be. Well, of course, it's not going to be in the regular rules, because prone is not dealt with in the regular rules. So it's just going to be in the special rules. And if we look at the special rules, they give that a +6. So I'm going to follow says all light companies must be deployed in 2 hexes. There's the increase by 6 for laying down. So I'm giving them the 6. So that's going to be 15. So that's 1 to 1.5. Okay, I rolled a 14, so that's no effect there. Okay. We've got this artillery unit here. I guess they're going to fire at those guys there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 is going to be let's see, 6. Let's see if it tells me right here real quick. here. I think 6 is going to be long range. Yeah, it is. Okay. So it'll be 7 against 6 because they're in column 1 to 1. 21 is not effective, but possibly we would have let's see, ricochet for this unit firing here would have missed or hit the into the bank, okay, this slope. This unit here firing here, same thing. Okay, so I didn't have ricochet, but here the ricochet will go right through here. So unit behind there. Okay, now so I have to subtract 3 from the dice. Rolled an 11, so of course that's going to be a miss. All right, now take a look here. Roughing with this artillery unit, that's 2 hexes away, so he's firing at a strength of 18. And Roughing adds 1. That number above the 3, that's an artillery bonus. So if he was stacked beside, say he's stacked between here and here, then they could fire together. So he gets to add +1. These guys are not laying down. Okay. All right, so that's going to be 18. He's in line. So 9, so that's 2 to 1 with a +1 to the die, because 44, and that's a hit. Okay, so this unit takes its 3rd increment loss, and it's got to check its morale, and that puts it at 50% or more in losses. Got a 23 morale. He'll adds 4 to the dice, and we're going to have to subtract 6. So now we're just going to, let's see, subtract 2 from the dice. So 43 becomes 41, so they passed. So they don't get affected. Okay. Now here we have detachment. Okay. They're in line, so they have a strength of 4, so they're fired into this artillery. Okay. So that's to be 4 times 4 is 16. Unlimbered artillery is 16. So, 66, which is going to injure Victor. Okay. So we'll have to roll for Victor's kind of damage Victor happens to Victor here. Okay. Okay, we got a 5. Stunned. Alright, so he's going to be out of the battle for 2 turns. So now artillery losses are handled differently. I believe you have to get 2. They only take even number losses. But when they're alone, let me check here. When they're alone, that's different. Okay. So I guess when they're alone, they've got to take the losses. Okay. So that means we're going to have a loss there. But all of this is simultaneous, so the loss didn't take effect yet. All right, so now we flip it around, and so if we look here, okay, at Victor, he gives a +3. Okay. So we've got 18 to 9. Okay, that's 2 to 1. But when you're doing canister, according to the rules here, the Reglement de la 30, canister is a +2 shift. So it becomes 3 to 1. We get to add 3. So 45. Okay. Becomes 52. Okay. That's going to be 1 hit. So they take their 3rd loss, which means they've got to check their morale. And their morale is 26. They've lost half their strength, so they have a -6. Okay, 43 is going to be 33, so they pass. Now the artillery unit. Okay, Victor is out for 2 turns. So I put him over there he'll come back in at 9 o'clock. So the artillery unit here has a morale of 26, but you have to, Victor, they don't know for sure Victor's alive, dead, whatever. So his morale is subtracted, which is 9. So there's a minus 9 to the roll here. I rolled a 26, so they are disordered. So I think artillery, let me check the rules here about artillery. Let's see. I have a hard time finding stuff in this book. The rules are 30 pages. And there's not a lot of images. Okay, it's 2 columns wide. And I wish that they would have done a better job with the order that they put this in. And it's different, somewhat different from the primer, the older primer in dealing with formations. They didn't take as much space, going over how the different arms handled things when they were in certain formations. So when you're looking for the morale, it's hard to find that. Okay, here it is. Unlevered artillery are removed from play and considered destroyed. So there we go. But you find it under involuntary formations. Is where you find it. So it's just, instead of, I'm looking at morale. So, okay, so these guns are now destroyed. So, 1-5. All right, let's go on to the other stuff that we got going on here. So here we've got the green jackets here. Firing. They've got increment of 5, but they can only fire 4 out of a line, 1 hex line. So that's going to be, let's see what they are. I think they're foot. Yeah, foot. So that's going to be 16 to 6 here. He's in column. 16 to 6. It's almost 3 to 1. So it's going to be 2.5. 2.5 to 1. 64. That's going to be 2 hits. Okay. I'll go ahead and take it out. Okay, you'll have to roll for he'll have to do a morale check, but before that he'll fire, and in column he's going to be firing at a strength of 7. So 7 against 9. It's going to be 1 to 1.5. 43 is not anything. So now I have to check his morale. It's a 26, but he's lost more than half of his strength. And so when they lose 1/2 or more of their current increments in this combat event, it's another -6. So they're cumulative, so that's -12. I rolled 32, -12 is going to be a 12. So he failed, so he's going to disorder. And he has to retreat 4 hexes. And I think it's only if it's a result of melee that they have to lose another increment due to the fact they're in a zone of influence. I guess unless it's coming from someone, unless it's coming from the same unit that caused the retreat. Got all these little things that you have to take a look at. Okay, so involuntary movement does not trigger few de chance. So I believe it's only an assault that when you are forced to retreat that you lose an increment. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So they go to there. Okay. And then, let's see here, this guy, okay, part of the 3rd Battalion is firing at the 3rd of the 96th. So he hasn't lost any. He's got a strength of 7, but 1 hex line, the most he can fire is 4. And I know he's a foot. We'll flip him over and check him out though. Yeah. He's a foot. So he's got a pretty good morale. Okay. So he'll be strength of 16 against this guy in column. So it's going to be 2.5 to 1. 14 is no effect. And then the French unit fires back, or at the same time, and he's got a fire strength of 6 in column. And he's in, the target is in line, so that's 9 defense. So it's going to be 1 to 1.5. 44's not effective. Okay. And then here we have this unit firing at this the cavalry. He's got a strength of 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, cavalry's in column. That's 2 to 1. 41. Okay, is a hit. That'll be the cavalry unit's first hit. Okay, now they've got a morale of 32. See what happens to them. 44, they stand. Okay, then here we've got he's in two hexes in line, so he can fire 4 and out of each hex, so he can actually fire the full 7 strength that he has. So the cavalry's in line, so that'll be 8. So he'll be firing though 28. So that'll be 3 to 1. Okay, 46. Okay, just 1 hit. So to remove these discs. Need to have, I know I've got a game that has moved markers. Okay, so that's his first hit. So he'll have to check his morale. I don't like that one. Okay. Morale is 22. $22. 45, he passed. Okay. Alright, so that takes care of everyone. Okay. So now we have the reorganization phase. So we've got these British cavalry units back here. Okay. So, okay, a morale of 26. And they're routed, so that's -6. 32 becomes 22. So they don't do anything. These guys are not routed anymore. Okay. 25. $36 -6 is 26, so they actually passed. Okay. And let's see, I don't think cavalry can actually recover. I should have been recovering their readiness first, because I don't think, let's see, I don't think they can recover readiness. When they are routed. Almost positive. Oh, it says routed and disordered cavalry may recover readiness if they do not move or conduct melee. So, okay, they can. Okay, so while I'm there, we can, okay, he can recover both of those. Because of the heat, I've got to put these double ones on. So, all right, so they go to tired. These guys go to tired. These guys would go to tired. Okay. All right. Now let's move over this direction. Pull back some. Okay. So here, so he can recover one full, let's see, well, so yeah, he could turn both of those over. Yeah. Like that. This guy can't do anything. This guy can't change his. Okay, so now we're going to move to let's see. Okay. Yeah, this guy that disordered. Okay, he's down, lost at least 50%. Okay, so that's going to be -6, and then being disordered is -3, so he's got a total of -9. 26, 46, 9. So from 46, 36, 33, so he passed. Okay, so he's not disordered. And this British cavalry, I don't think they charged this turn. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did, didn't they? Thought it was the one that charged over here. Yeah, so he didn't. So he's actually tired. Okay. And so then we look at these guys here. He's lost half, more than half. So 32, and we're going to subtract 9. 56, he passed. Okay, this one here. Okay, 25. -3. 64, he passed. We go with this one here. 36. 25. He is going to route 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he goes back to here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He's got to move further away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's see. He would move toward the orchards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he moves into the orchards. Okay, this one here. 32. He's lost more than half of his strength. It's going to be -9. 16. So he'll run for the orchard as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, as far as he can go. Then we look back here. We've got this guy here, 35, -6, so he doesn't pass. I'll move him to the orchards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. This guy here has 33. And let's see if they're in blocking, that's like, puts them in general order. I think they get a bonus. Let's see. Or in special structures. So yeah, they get a +6. Let's see. think they get a +6. So with him being there, it's just even 25. So he doesn't recover. So all right. So then we take a look over here. In here, we just had that, but they actually attacked last, yeah. So they should be recovering fully. Well, both of these, but they're adjacent to someone, an enemy, so I gotta check. I don't think they're gonna get to recover when they're adjacent to an enemy unit. Let's see. I guess they can. Okay. So they recover. These guys just attacked. So, all right. So that takes care of the 820. So now we go to the 840. Okay, so Victor will come in at 920. So that means that the French lose a CP. Until he comes back. So they only have 2 command points. So let's start with Wellington's ride. Okay, so what do we have with Wellington has, of course he has this aide-de-camp who he's going to send up here to this regiment here, this regiment of cavalry. So he lost an aide-de-camp and Payne, both. So he's going to be restricted in what he can do. So, and his flank is a little bit weakened. If we look over here, as you can see, let's put that right there. Well, let's see if we put it, we'll just put it right there. By attacking here with the 2nd Division, he opened up an area here that the Spanish need to fill. They need to move down here, which they have their charge zone, but if we are to look at their ratings, okay, their morale is 41. They have to roll higher than a 41 or higher to be able to reaction charge. So the French could just stream right here by them and start attacking in the rear. So, and Wellington doesn't have any reserves. So, you know, it's almost like it's all or nothing. Don't want to give up their defensive position, but they might have an opportunity here to move up. To really cause some chaos for the French. Because here on Cerro de Cascajal, there's some weakness here on this French right, except for the cavalry here. So it's like, Wellesley is contemplating whether or not to send Sherbrooke across also, which again will take away his defensive strength. But by attacking, they can use their firepower, or they just move up and just blast away and cause these Frenchies to start backpedaling. You know, that's one thing they need to do against these squares. You get their artillery up there close, but of course it's going to take a couple of turns. Artillery 6, but of course the artillery is when they go to change their formation, that let's see if it shows us what that is. No, they don't want to show it to us here. I wonder how come they don't have it there. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so artillery costs 2. But they've got to roll a die first to limber. And it's not, it's here in the scenario booklet. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, where is it at? Maybe it's not here. Maybe this older book didn't have it. I thought for sure it was in here. Oh, I know where it's at. I think it's over here in this other. One good, really good thing about the regulations, okay, 22, was that they gave you information on how to adapt these rules to to the existing titles. So, you know, talks about the MUs and stuff, even though that didn't come out quite clear in my opinion. So we have Talavera. But of course, it doesn't give us the information either. Where is that at? I don't see it. Should have been right there with where the movement was at. And I can't find the unlimbering. So it's like, well, where's it at? Maybe I'm looking right past it. It says consult the artillery limbering chart. I don't see it. No, I do not see it. Oh, there it is. Oh. Okay. So you have to roll a 1. To a limber. If you're stacked with a leader with the artillery bonus, it's a -1. If you're stacked with a field marshal or General Wellesley, it's a -2. So all of them have a -1, have a 1, except for the French foot, which is 2, 1 to 2. And then I would think the horse artillery would be much higher, because that's what they do. They roll up, unlimber, and then they limber and move out of the way. So maybe they don't because it doesn't give the unlimbering for a horse. So maybe they can unlimber as they wish. It's all here underfoot. So, all right. So in order for them, they don't have a strength of 1 now. That one over there though, could move him over here where these squares are. But I think he's going to be needed over here on this British left. So, okay, so Wellesley has to move down here where Hill is, and then try to get over to Sherbrooke. But I don't think he's got enough movement to do that, because that moving down that slope, okay, up and down a slope, okay, so it's only up a slope affects them. Stream doesn't affect them. Okay, all right. So here's Wellesley, and he's going on his ride. So 1, 2, 3 has to stay there. Extra one. Okay, so we put the 2nd Division in the cup. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then he goes 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's as far as he got. So he didn't get to Sherbrooke. Too far away. Even if he uses that road, okay, trail or whatever, 4 hexes cost 3, so he can move 12 at a cost of 9, and then he could move 2 more hexes. So that's not really that much of a benefit, the road. So now we have Cuesta. And okay, so I can assign an administrative march order. Okay. And then when you have the reinforcement chit pulled, then that's when they would move. So, and that would be both armies could actually do that. So, I've got this marker for reinforcements delayed, but I'm going to play it as reinforcements. So that's what this unit is, Bassencourt. Okay. So, so that means that Cuesta can give Hinestrosa orders again, and so his orders are to, of course, he's going to go back to attack the French since he had success. So that's the Spanish cavalry. Put them in. And so we got reorganization in, or the regrouping, command leaders, and then the 2 end of turn chits. And so we roll for another division to be added, which is we're going to roll for 2nd Division. Okay, so they get to add +1 because they are more than 10 hexes away from enemy units. So we got to get a 4, 5, or 6, and I got a 2, so I don't get to do anything there. Okay. All right, so that's all of the coalition. Now we take a look at the French, and of course over here I need to activate Ruffin. First Corps. So I'll activate Ruffin. And then I have one more. Hoo. Well, I'm contemplating on whether or not Villette or Lapice is activated, because at the present time I guess I'm going to do Villette. So the third is going to be activated, and then let's see, Wellington was able, no, he didn't get to Sherbrooke, so okay. All right, and then Merlin over here, I'm going to try to I do have the aide de camp here with this cavalry unit, so I'll put that in. And so Merlin, who has a rating of a 3, okay, so I've got to get a 3 or less. I rolled a 4, so I can't activate him. And then I have this aide de camp. Okay. So now I can try to activate. I've got to get a 1. Nope, got a 2. This aide de camp, he's got a 1. Nope. Okay. All right, so that's it. So let's get started. Okay, time control. All right, so the 2nd Division, Hill, gets to move. Or whatever else they want to do. All right. Now this guy here, they're all a connected line of command. Okay, they extended through the contact. So even though if you were just to say, well, let's count 1, 2, 3, he's out of command, but no, he's not, because they're connected, extended through the lines. Everybody's touching adjacent. Remember, this guy's on a 2-hex line. So okay. So here where Hill is at. Just going to turn and go 1. And I believe uphill didn't only cost them, well, it cost 2. Okay. So, 1. Well, he's better off just turning and going right up here. And then this guy will go there. Okay. Heal. Attack, he adds 1, but defense, he adds 4. So they're on the attack right now. So Hill's going to move to there. And what do we got here? That's not part of his. All right, so that's all that the first division's going to do. Okay, so now we have the British cavalry, which is going to be this lone regiment there. And just to show, they will, now if they, okay, for their readiness, if they only move 1/2 of its movement, it can recover 1 step. So they're going to be able to recover 1 step. They don't move at all, they can recover both, but okay. So they're going to move 7. No, actually, okay, but since they're in line, they lose 2, so they have a movement of 14. So minus 2 is 12, so they can move 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay. Okay. And there it is. End of turn. So the British got to move and no one else got to do anything. So that's a quick turn of events there. All right. Okay, so we'll start right here, firing into these cavalry again, these Polish lancers. Okay, so we've got a total of 7 because they're in two hexes. They can use 4 and 4, but they don't have 4 and 4. They got 4 and 3. So 7 times 4 is 28, and they're in line. So that's 9. Let's see, 8. Okay. So 3 to 1. 64. Okay, so there's going to be 2 hits. They're blasting away at them. Yeah. All right, so they've got a morale of 22. Here they should be able to just say, well, I want to route those troops. 54, they're going to pass, so they're just stuck there. Okay. Then we fire here, same thing. We fire here, strength of, I think that's 3. Okay, here at these cover units. Ooh, again, should be able to retreat. Maybe they can, but I didn't see it, so. Alright, so that's 3, that's 12. They're in column, that's 2 to 1. 51. Okay, that's a hit. Um, 32. Ooh, there we go. So they got an 11, so they're going to rout. They're going to rout and get away. So they're exhausted though, so they can only get away 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay. Then we go here. All right, so that's in line 4 increments. That's 16 against square column. That's 6. So it's almost 3 to 1 is 2.5. 2.5, that's a hit. Okay, they get to fire back. Oh, wait a minute. I got these guys here too. They both get to fire. So he's actually turned like that. Okay. So they can fire 4. That's 16. So that's 32. That's going to be 5 to 1. I rolled a 42. That's still only 1 hit. And they fired back here at that stack 6. 1 to 1.5. 14 is no effect. Okay, and then over here, put him there. Okay, Ruffin here is firing right there. Okay. So that's 18. Ruffin adds a +1. So that's they're in the line. That's 2 to 1 plus 2 shifts for being adjacent. 3 to 1. 24. Okay, that's one hit. And then those guys both are firing at the artillery unit. 3. They both have 3. So that's 6. That's 24. 24. Unlimited artillery is 16. So that's 1.5 to 1. 31, not enough. So they didn't do anything there. We've got this artillery unit. He's going to fire right here, which will ricochet into this guy. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have a range of 8. That's going to be long range, so that's 7. 7 to 6, that's 1 to 1. 21, no hit. Now we go to the ricochet. We have to subtract 3 from the dice. 45 becomes 42. No effect. Okay. Guess we'll fire here. These guys are not laying down. And the ricochet goes right through, doesn't hit anybody. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be long range, so it's 12 to 9. Yep. 12 to 9. 1 to 1. 21, no effect. Now we use this artillery, and if we roll here, we might be able to get Wellington with a ricochet. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are in line, that's 9. Laying down plus 6, so 15. So 12 to 15, 1 to 1.5. Will effect. And then Wellington, no. All right. And let's see, we've got a couple more here. All right. So this artillery here is only lost a. It's only got one factor. So it fires that square, and the angle is just going to go right through here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so long range at 7. They're going to be halved because they only got one strength. So that's going to be 3 to 6 is 1 to 2. So 31 is no effect. And see, this unit here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. And can't fire here because I already fired there. So, okay, then we have the artillery over here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, he's out of range. So, all right. So that's all of that. Now let's go deal with these cavalry units over here. All right. So they are no longer tired, neither are these guys. Oops. What do we got here? Oh, okay. But I picked up the unit. Okay. This guy's got a check for Riley. He's got a 26. Minus 6. Okay, he still doesn't recover. Okay, these guys can recover 1, not both. They're still tired. Okay, over here, these guys are fully recovered. Okay. These guys were shot at, so they can't. Okay, this guy's not far enough away. Can't see him, can you? So 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he goes way out of the picture. Fully recovered. Let's check these guys out. Okay, 36, 64, he recovers. Okay, this one here. 35, 46, he's going to recover. Here, 33, minus 6, but plus 6 for being in the being in general orders. 13, he didn't pass. Okay, this one here, 35, 32, he didn't pass. Okay. This guy's lost more than half. 32 is not enough. Minus 6 here, then minus 6 for the losses, so that's minus 12. So he doesn't pass. He goes into the orchard here. All right, this guy here gets a 36, plus 6, minus 6, which is 36 or higher. 14, so he doesn't. Should just leave you guys flipped over. Okay, so that takes care of that. And so then we look here. He just goes to tired. They look like they're on the same team, don't they? So that'd be an example of where historically you had that happen, where the Spanish had some cavalry units that their jackets were very similar. Now the headgear was different, but the jackets. So in the heat of battle, the French looked and saw that jacket color and thought they were friendly. And they found out rather quickly that no, they weren't friendly. So maybe that's what happened over here with the French getting their left there kind of exploited by the French. So not a lot happening because of the early pull of the end of turn chit, just almost back to back. So that takes care of that portion of the hour, and now we're at 9 o'clock, which means we stop here, and then the next video we're going to pick up with the NBS and see what's happening. Here we have the French had taken a kind of a wallop on their left. Lapisse had a lot of troops that fled toward the rear due to the cavalry, and he still has some units that are in square. And then Victor is knocked senseless during a British assault, or wasn't really assault, it was a British advance and then firefight, which has been fairly successful, although it has weakened the British left, and the French are going to try to exploit that in the next few turns, or next couple of hours, I guess. Victor will be back at 9:20, so that'll be a CP that's gained back. But some interesting things are developing here, and I'm getting a better feel for the game and for the 5th edition rules. Although I'm using, it appears that I'm using the Maria Louis rules. The Reglement Deon 30. So, all right. So we're going to be coming back next video with the NBS, which is the multi-band publishing edition of the Battle of Talavera, just titled Talavera Vimeiro. So very suitable, I think, is the NBS system for solo, because of the orders and so forth. La Bataille is not, okay, it's not really suitable for solo. I mean, you can do it, but because it's at such a smaller scale, then you have so many more units, which means you have so many more units to have to move and do things with. So play takes a little longer. You can do it solo. I'm doing it solo, of course, but I think you'd get a lot of enjoyment out of this with multiple players. That's my opinion. You go to like a convention, or somewhere where they're playing La Bataille, and you just get in on a game, and you could have a blast, I think. So, all right, we're going to stop this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one.